Needs of business ethics.
Okay, needs of business ethics. So this part I believe we have already finished. Consumer rights we have done. Image of business. This part is understandable. I seriously am waiting for the responses from you guys, because if any business is following ethics, is it good for business or not? This is the first perception that all of you are required to give answer to. Business ethics, if a business is following, that simply means it is providing space to anybody and everybody. That simply means it is taking care of all its stakeholders, right from society to competitors, right? Right. Simply that simply means that the consumer rights are going to be protected. That simply means that everything is done on behalf of legal instructions. So company is doing nothing wrong and everything is being taken care of. So is it good image for business or not? Because mostly times we actually don't know whether the business is doing good thing or wrong thing, bad thing. We only look at the product and then we create the perception about the company. Like none of us, neither me, I believe, nor any one of you, has ever driven the car Ferrari or Lamborghini. Has anyone of you ever driven the Lamborghini or Ferrari?
No, sir.
And how these cars
No, sir.
are? ये कार कैसी हैं दोनों?
They're very expensive.
Very expensive and must be very very good, because Lamborghini is giving the lifetime warranty, Ferrari is giving the lifetime warranty. Both the cars have the helicopter repair service. At any point of time, if your car goes bad, then a helicopter is going to come to the same place where the car has stopped functioning, and is going to repair the car then and there, and is going to let you move on, right? So we have a better image and we have a good image about Mercedes also. So all these products we have not used, but we have a good image, and we actually don't know whether these companies are doing anything good about the society, anything good for the any stakeholder. Are they providing? Are they having shareholders or not? This much of the information is not with us. So how do we create this good image about a company or product is a totally different game. But the textbooks are telling us if a business is following ethics, if the way business is being done is ethical in nature, then the company is going to have a good image. So I just need to understand this part with the help of you guys, that how compliance with the business ethics unwritten norms. Remember, हम लोगों ने पहले किया था that business ethics norms are basically unwritten, though very strict but are unwritten. So how compliance with those unwritten norms, which nobody understands totally, which are only time bound, which have two perspectives, short term and long term. Anything which can be good for right now can be bad for very long time period, or anything which is going to be bad in long term, good in long term time, long time period, then might not be acceptable right now. So all those things are happening. So how compliance with ethics is going to create a good image? This is the only thing that I need to understand with the help of you. Please help me. कोई नहीं बता रहा, चलो फिर क्रैम कर लेना. See, though I am totally against with the concept at your level, because you guys are gonna join the highest educated class in the country, right? And even across the globe, there are very little number of people who are as qualified as you are gonna be, masters in business. And keeping quiet is something which is not suitable to your educational background. जितना तुम लोग पढ़ लिख गए हो उस पर चुप रहना तुम लोगों को सूट नहीं करता है. But still, if you want to keep quiet, then I would assume, as your teacher, that you are gonna cram these informations. And cramming is partially good, partially bad. I cannot go totally against the cramming concept, because cramming also always gives you the total number of words or the content and the exact sequence and the grammatically correct statements to write in the copy. But cramming always hinders the thought process, and thought process is the only thing which is going to make us progress in our life. So तुम लोग नहीं बताओगे तो क्रैम कर लेना, कोई इशू नहीं है. And the more I would get the idea that this is the part that you kids are gonna cram, the more I will start giving you the assignments. Since the company with ethics are founded by everyone, they attract a lot of consumer, hence creating a good image. One kid, Chinmay, has given us the answer. Since the company with ethics are favors favored by everyone, they attract a lot of consumers. That concept is correct, because in our textbook we have taught that consumer companies are going to take good care of their stakeholders as well as the consumers. The companies are going to protect the consumer rights, and consumer rights are starting from the concept that if they are paying, let's say, 100 rupees for a certain product with certain quality, then it is the responsibility of the company to deliver that product in that quantity and that quality, right? So and every time we are delivering this content, quantity and quality to the consumer in the exact amount, the amount for which the consumer has already paid, then we are able to derive the consumer satisfaction. हमने जितना पैसा दिया अगर उतने का सामान मिल जाता है, then we become satisfied consumers, है कि नहीं? अगर हमको कोई हमसे 100 रुपीज लेके हमको 10 रुपीज का सामान दे, then we are going to become distressed. That is the part that companies always take care of, that they are going to protect the consumer rights. So हमसे जितना पैसा लेते हैं उतने का सामान देते हैं, then we should be satisfied. And this is the only thing, because the more customer satisfaction is, the more consumer satisfaction is, the more would be the goodwill. And the more goodwill will be there, the more word of mouth, positive word of mouth will be there in the market. Like all of us believe that Mercedes, Ferrari and Lamborghini are good cars, though none of us ever driven. See, that is the effect of consumer satisfaction. They are taking multi crore rupees to deliver a car, and those car owners, the people who drive those cars, they are not even our friend list. But they were satisfied and they sent positive indications about the product, and those positive indications actually became the positive word of mouth or positive publicity or good publicity. And that good publicity reached us. And we also framed our mind that yes, these cars or these companies are gonna be good companies. So business ethics, if complied by, if consumer rights are protected, then the image of business becomes good, and the goodwill of the company enhances many folds. Right? So, and now if the consumers are satisfied, if the goodwill is good, then the profitability is bound to increase. This is the point that Chinmay has actually posted, that companies with ethics are favored by everyone. So a lot of people or a lot of consumers are favoring the company, then there are chances that they will end up buying the products of the company. So from this point, the Chinmoy's point become more clear, right? Business ethics ensures survival in free market competition. This again is something which I need a view or two from you guys. How business ethics ensure survival? Because now we know, we have been taught a very beaten statement. हम लोग बचपन से सुनते आ रहे हैं, सर्वाइवल ऑफ द फिटेस्ट, राइट? And in order to be fit, you got to be very strict with yourself. So how survival is ensured if the companies are complying with the ethics? Because now consumers are too many. If too many consumers are there, then their choices, preferences are going to be different, and it becomes almost impossible for a company to comply or satisfy the choices or preferences of each and every customer. So how a company, while retaining the path that they are gonna protect the consumer rights, is gonna satisfy each and every individual unique consumer, and that satisfaction would or should lead to survival in a long term in a free market. Free market is a place wherein entry and exit of each and every player, each and every producer is free. Free market is a place wherein consumers are the only one who are going to decide how to purchase a product. So this survival becomes something discussion worthy, right? So please help me. How, if company is complying with the business ethics norms which are unwritten, is going to ensure the survival of the company in free market? Please help me. अदरवाइज क्रैमिंग पार्ट इज देयर, बच्चे क्रैम कर सकते हैं। ओके, एक बता।
Sir, hello, sir.
हाँ बता, सुन रहा हूँ बेटा।
Sir, there is a news. I have heard that a market chain in America, and they have attracted a lot of customers, but due to increasing customers, they cannot provide their services efficiently due to the large number of customers. So they started sending their customers to other food market chains. This is a good example how everyone can survive in the free market without hampering others.
Beta, if I am sending my consumers to other competitors, this is a very key process of business. Any other kid, can you tell me how me as a businessman sending my customers or consumers to other my competing product is gonna help improve my image and is gonna help me survive? Please tell me.
No, sir.
नहीं कर सकता ना? कर सकता है
No,
बेटा.
sir.
This is a very keen process because whenever a consumer is gonna choose a product, he is going to do his homework. What kind of product is there? Do he need all those qualities that the product is offering? And whether that product has any space in his life or not. This is the research that consumers do. And if I, as a player or as a producer, am giving this much information to the consumer, sir, you came to purchase my product. Now you need not to do further research. I, as a company, know that certain competing products are having similar features as my product had. So you can stop putting in your time in product research again. You can save the time and go and purchase this product. That is going to improve my image. Getting the idea? कि मैं कंज्यूमर का टाइम बचाने लगा, मैं कंज्यूमर का रिसर्च वाला एफर्ट बचाने लगा, एंड दैट एक्चुअली इज gonna give good impression about me to the consumer. लेकिन इससे सर्वाइवल कैसे आता है, दिस इज द ओनली पार्ट दैट आई नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड. क्योंकि it is gonna improve my image, it is gonna save the time of consumer is gonna have good image about me as a company. But how my survival would be ensured? This is the only part that I need to know. And this again is example which is very unique because the mostly products that are available in the market, they are purchased from the disposable income of ours. हम लोग अपने खाने का पैसा बचा के सामान नहीं खरीदते हैं. We purchase our food protection items, body gear, everything we purchase first, and then whatever amount is left apart from spending on our survival, that amount is called as disposable income. And that disposable income is used to purchase the other luxury or entertainment items. ठीक. सो अगर हम लोग वॉशिंग मशीन खरीदते हैं या अगर हम लोग कार खरीदते हैं, तो इट इज नॉट दैट वी विल स्टॉप ईटिंग लेट्स से लंच और ब्रेकफास्ट फॉर नेक्स्ट 3 months or 5 months. We will keep on having our breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we will start looking at how much money we can save. And then after saving that money, we are going to go and purchase that car or washing machine. So it is only disposable income that we are spending. But whenever this, since we are all middle class, right? And middle class usually purchase the items which are having lesser prices and more utility. So whenever I as a company promote the competing product, then I am exposing my consumers to that competing product, its qualities and its utilities. And now product substitution is a definite threat कि मेरा प्रोडक्ट किसी कंपटीशन के प्रोडक्ट से सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दिया जाएगा. So again, one more time, I have a doubt how me complying with this norm, with this example, is going to ensure my survival in the market. Sir, but because increase in consumers or customers, their customer service has been declined. So they encourage the customer to visit other outlets so that they can. That is the cash part. You guessed it correctly. I would be sending my customers, consumers to competing products only when I have ran out of my stock. Right? If I am running out of my stock, that simply means the total market potential that was possible with me given my resources. मेरे पास जितनी मशीनें थी, जितना रॉ मटेरियल था, उससे मेरी जो टॉप प्रोडक्शन कैपेसिटी थी, वो करने के बाद अगर मेरे पास कंज्यूमर आता है, सो आई सिंपली हैव ग्रेटर access or authority over the market, and I am allowing my competitors to enter only the select segment of my consumers. And there are chances because I am leaving my consumers with the good image of mine. So whenever there is gonna be any repeat purchase, the consumer should or would come back to me rather than going to my competitor. Right? So this actually was good discussion. Advantages are too many. Every stakeholder is benefited. Human needs are sufficed. Okay, fine. I just need to understand this word need. Do you kids know the word need? What is the definition or meaning of the word need? Because in management or in marketing, they are going to use this word need very specifically. It is not a general word to us. Us, the management graduates. Need is a very specific word. So please tell me what is this need or human need? And why it is called as the advantages of business ethics. Anybody has any idea? Yes or no is going to suffice because it is not strange that kids are not aware of the meaning that we management guys are using this word need for. तो कोई नई बात नहीं है कि नीड का जो माने हम लोग जानते हैं वो तुम लोगों को ना पता हो. It is quite natural because all of you are going to be aware of the dictionary meaning, not the management. ठीक है? So please tell me, what should this need word mean to us? Because you are going to be using this need, want, and demand repetitively in your entire life.
essential.
है बेटा क्या बोला? Hello?
Sir, hello.
Yes, I am listening to you loud and clear, beta.
Yes, sir. Sir, essential.
Essentials, yes, that is a synonym which is more clear to the definition that we management guys are using. Need is a state of felt deprivation of some basic necessity. And this entire statement is very, very close to the meaning of the word essential. Essentials for survival. So, when we are giving this basic human needs are suffice as advantage of business ethics, that simply means because needs are repetitive in our human lifetime. हम सब लोगों को we need protection in our body, that's why we need clothes. We need food in our body, that's why we eat every day, 3 times a day. We need water in our body, that's why we drink at least 10 times a day. Right? So all the needs basically are repetitive in nature. And whenever a business is able to suffice those needs, that simply means consumer is getting in contact with the company and company's products n number of times in a day or in a week. And that actually gets converted into a habit. कि अगर like I believe अगर अगर तुम लोग अपने घर में अपने डैड से या और किसी ओल्डर पर्सन से पूछोगे तो regarding the scooter of their choice when they were young or the refrigerator of their choice when they were young. So I believe you are gonna get the similar names or the music system of their choice when they were young. The music system, Philips was the name. Scooter, Bajaj Chetak was the name. Refrigerator, Godrej was the name. All these names that we are aware of today were not there at that time. And our parents or our seniors had a very specific choice. They were so habitual of these products that they never liked any other product. So many scooters in those days were launched, and those all failed. Right? So whenever human needs are satisfied with the health ethics, they become a habit, and consumer comes back to us a number of times in his lifetime. Right? Since now we have become a habit, so ethics have created a value in our life, which is incredible. Give me a second. So values created with the help of business ethics help better decision making. That part is easy to understand because if business ethics are being complied, That simply means that consumer is becoming or using our product a number of times. That's why he is becoming habitual of using our product. That is one value which is known as loyal customer. That is one value that we all want to build up within our customer segment. And if we have more loyal customers, that simply means we are going to become ultimately more profitable. This part was easy to understand, but let's since law needs a system to get enforced, hence law cannot be present everywhere. Yes, this point again, I need to understand with the help of you guys. Since law cannot be there, that's why we have to rely on ethics part. This is the meaning of this entire statement or paragraph. Law needs a system to get enforced, hence law cannot be present everywhere and every time to protect society. But ethics, since they are inherent, hence they can be present everywhere and every time. What does it mean? Please tell me. Anybody? नहीं बताओगे?
Sir, can you please repeat the question?
Beta, my question is this that a paragraph has been given to us by textbook. This fifth paragraph, which I have showed you just now, which is I am see the paragraph which is showing just now. Since law needs a system to get enforced, hence law cannot be present anywhere and everywhere and every time to protect the society. But ethics, since they are inherent, hence can be present everywhere and every time whenever there is a need. Or if need not there, even then the ethics would be there. This is the paragraph that has been given to us by textbook as advantage of business ethics. I just need to understand the meaning of this paragraph.
The ethics are
हाँ बता बेटा. This is a,
say ethics are moral values, so it comes naturally.
yes, this is the opening statement regarding this paragraph. Ethics generate from internal feelings. Ethics generate from our culture. Ethics generate from our education. Ethics generate from the value system that our parents have given us. So we can never be bereft of ethics that we have grown with or we have developed in our brain from our childhood. हम लोग उन ethics के system से कभी बाहर जाते ही नहीं. And that's why ethics are present anywhere, everywhere. And law seriously need the police force. In order to enforce the law, we need a system which is going to enforce the law anywhere and everywhere. So law seriously cannot be present anytime and every time, wherever it is, whenever it is needed. Right? And that is one of the biggest advantage of ethics. Because now everybody is carrying ethics part in his own heart. So whenever his ethics are being matched with the ethics that the business is following, there is a synchrony. And that synchrony leads to a long-term relationship, which again is known as customer loyalty. Motivation derived out of ethics is long-lasting, understandable because ethics are internal. So if we are motivated because of our own ethics, so that motivation is gonna stay with us for a very long duration. Ethics tends to balance the needs and wishes of the stakeholders. This part, one more time, I need to understand. Because balance the needs we have just been taught is the state of felt deprivation. So how do we need to create a balance between the states of felt deprivation? Let's say I am hungry and thirsty. Can I create a balance? Or let's say I am feeling cold, hungry, and thirsty. So I need a jacket and some water and some food. Where is the wish to create a balance in these three? I need these three separately and in totality to quench my thirst, to quench my hunger, and to protect my body from cold. So this part actually needs some discussion. Ethics tend to create the balance, the needs and wishes of the stakeholders. I am the stakeholder. I belong to a society. I belong to the culture. I am the population, one of the population in this country. So if business is there, then business, I become the stakeholder, not automatically. Part of society and consumer. So I'm a stakeholder. Even though I'm not the shareholder, but I'm the stakeholder. And then the business ethics are gonna create balance in my needs. So I find it difficult to understand. Please help me. एक बच्चे ने बोला वॉइस ब्रेक कर रहा है.
Sir,
Sir, voice is breaking, sir.
वॉइस इज ब्रेकिंग बेटा,
sir,
हाँ
your
पढ़
voice
लिया.
is breaking.
मैं रुको एक सेकंड. लेट मी सी.
Still not clear, sir.
Still not clear, sir. Still breaking, sir.
एक मिनट बेटा, गिव मी अ सेक. इज इट ओके नाउ? इज
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ओके फाइन. Done. So we were trying to understand the advantages of business ethics. Yeah, किधर गए? So we were discussing the business ethics trying to balance the needs and wishes of the stakeholders, right? And needs, we have just been taught, is a state of felt deprivation of some basic necessity. So basic necessity, I have identified three: protection to my body, water in my body, and food in my body. I need the three. Where do I need to create the balance? Or how business ethics are gonna help me creating a balance between three basic needs of my body? No matter what amount of food do I get, but if my body is feeling cold, I would need something to protect my body. No matter what amount of warm clothes do I get, but if I'm thirsty, then I need water, right? So I just find it very difficult to understand that how ethics are gonna help me create a balance in these needs. Any kid. Okay, fine. We'll come back to this point later if you wish. Then, but I need to understand these three. Okay, fine. One kid has given the answer. Let me check it. They are all needs, not wishes. Ethics create a balance between needs and wishes. Fine. If you wanna discuss the English language, no problem with me, son. Needs and wishes, right? So balance is gonna be created between needs. Balance is gonna be created between different wishes. It is not a balance between need and wishes. Balance between different needs and balance between different wishes. And if you want to proceed further with it, then a balance between needs and wishes. But it is very difficult to find an agreeable point that how needs and wishes can be balanced, because need is a state of felt deprivation. Our body need that thing. If those things are not provided to our body, then body is gonna perish. हम लोग खत्म हो सकते हैं अगर basic necessities needs are not finished or fulfilled, right? And wishes are something that I always wanted to drive Ferrari, but I have let go the dream. ठीक? So I just need to understand, and I wish to travel in a comfortable manner, so I purchased a cheaper car. So I created a balance between my wishes कि ठीक है साहब travel आराम से करना है या Ferrari में करना है. So I balanced and I purchased a cheaper car, which is not as expensive as Ferrari. Right? So balance between wishes is fine. Balance between different needs is the point that I need a discussion. But balance between needs and wishes is something which is open to anything and everything, which is very difficult to understand, even understand as a concept to worth discussing. The basic necessities, there is no way that any human body can compromise and go for wishes. तो हम लोग भूखा रह के कार कभी खरीदेगा ही नहीं, पहले खाना खाएगा फिर सोचेगा कार खरीदेगी ना खरीदे। हाँ, छोटा कार खरीदे बड़ा कार खरीदे ये हम लोग सोच सकता है। सो बैलेंस बिटवीन विशेस इज अंडरस्टैंडेबल। हम लोग भूखा रह के सिर्फ पानी पिएगा, अगेन नहीं हो सकता। वाटर इज अ बेसिक नेसेसिटी फॉर अस। सो बैलेंस बिटवीन नीड्स इज समथिंग which needs a discussion. How human bodies create a balance between needs because of business ethics.
Sir, fulfilling the most important need first.
Could not understand, beta. क्या कहा?
So, so fulfilling the most important need first.
Yes, we basically create a priority order. We understand that there are certain things without which the survival is going to become very, very difficult. So we give top priorities to those things. And if we are able to identify the certain things are there which basically are needed by our body, but survival is not in question, then we can create a balance between those needs. So we're gonna identify or satisfy the most important or most essential needs first, and then the secondary needs later. That was the balance. Okay, fine. So now we have discussed too many things about ethics. Let's identify the sources of ethics. Ethics के sources क्या-क्या होने चाहिए? Please tell me. मतलब जैसे हम लोग किसी भी चीज के बारे में बात करें, देयर एवरीथिंग हैज अ सोर्स, एवरीथिंग हैज एन ओरिजिनेशन पॉइंट. So how and where we have developed these ethics, concept of ethics? What were the sources? Actually, I just need to understand with the help of you guys what are the sources. क्या चीजें मिलके ये ethics बना है? If it is difficult, then I'll show you right now.
Sir, religions, cultures, and law.
Yes, correct. The law, religion, and culture. And we already have discussed this part that there are certain eh, uh, features of religion which are not ethical. There are certain features of culture also which are not ethical. There are certain features of legal system also which might be unethical. But since they are correct, that's why we are complying with them. So basically, these sources are there, but we all try to judge whether the things are correct or incorrect. So anything which is incorrect as per our religion, we actually do away with it. And we tend to keep on the things in order to create the balance of ethics in our own brain as well as in business. We try to identify only these things which are good for masses and good for a longer duration of time. Time is a very important feature in ethics. क्योंकि जो चीज आज सही है वो कल गलत हो सकती है, right? So in religion, in culture, as well as legal system, anything which is good for masses is gonna become the part of ethical bank. Anything which is good for the masses for a very long time duration is gonna become the part of ethical bank. Anything which is good in our culture for a very long time for the masses is gonna become the part of our ethical bank. We can identify n number of things in religion, in culture, even in legal system, which are correct and not ethical, but only on the basis of correctness we make our decision, and that adherence of us as humans to the correct part, सही चीज के लिए हमारा जो ये अफेक्शन है, हम उसी को अपना एथिक्स का पार्ट बनाते हैं. दैट्स व्हाई ethics is a constantly evolving concept. Law needs a system to improve. Culture need a very long transition in human society to improve. Legal system or religion again needs a very, very long and very large number of people are required to make any change in the religious practices. Even at times it is not possible because we humans are so affiliated to the norms of religions that we don't tend to do away anything even which is bad in our religion. But still, all the things which are good, still all the things which are having a long time effect, all the things which are good for the masses for a long time period is going to become the part of our ethical bank. So, and morality is something which is internal. Morality develops out of the value system that we take from our home, and home is the part of society. So the norms that are gonna be followed in our home basically are gonna come from culture, basically are gonna come from religion, and basically are gonna come from the society or the legal system. So morality is generally a offshoot of the ethics part and business ethics, because common morality, combined morality of a group is gonna become the business practice, and the way business is gonna behave only because business is a group of people coming together to achieve some objectives, right? So morality ethics are more or less same, but morality is individual, business ethics are a group effort, or ethics is a group effort. ठीक है? Law unilaterally accepts and publish documents, violation of law results in punitive actions. That again I need to understand with the help of law, because in order to enforce law we actually have a provision of punitive actions. That's why law is something which is even if it is not moral, it is enforceable. How the concepts of ethics become enforceable? Okay, man. I just need to give you two very interesting theories about ethics. We'll come back to this also if you want to discuss. One is utilitarianism or consequence-based theory or teleological theory. It is giving us a very long time beaten statement or dialogue जो हम लोगों ने बचपन से सुना हुआ है. Ends justifies the means. Actions justify by the virtue of the end they achieve. So, if end justifies the means, तो हम लोग how we can claim it to be the basis of ethical theories, or this is one of the theories of ethics, teleological theory. End justifies the means is a very cruel statement actually. अगर end में सब कुछ ठीक हो जाता है, and we have seen so many movies, especially Bollywood, wherein a hero is tortured throughout his life, and ultimately he becomes an old man, he is still tortured, and one day everybody and anybody comes to him and asks for his forgiveness, और वो सबको माफ करता है, and they live happily ever after. बुढ़े आदमी की तो लाइफ ही नहीं बचती है, वो बेचारा एवर आफ्टर क्या जिएगा? वो एंड में सबको माफ कर देता है और सब लोग स्माइल कर देते हैं, मूवी खत्म हो जाती है. That is the concept which is the basis of ethical theories, and I am so against of this and justifies the means. Means should be ethical, means should be verifiable, means should be believable. It is not that कि अगर हम कोई भी बुरा काम करेंगे कोई अच्छा रिजल्ट पा लेते हैं तो हमारा काम बुरा जो है वो ठीक हो जाता है. So I need to understand the validity of this theory into our own personal lives or business lives. And justifies the means, according to me, is a very, very cruel statement. Help me. These two theories are very, very interesting. Just need the help of you guys. How these ends are going to justify the means. अंत भला तो सब भला वाली बात मुझे अच्छी नहीं लगती. पहले सब कुछ भला करो, एंड इज गोना जस्टिफाई इटसेल्फ. आप if you are doing good from day one, then ultimately you can expect a good end. But you are doing anything and everything bad, and if end is good, then your every bad thing becomes good is something which I seriously don't want to agree to. तो मुझे ये बात समझने में हेल्प करो हाउ दिस इज द पार्ट ऑफ आर एथिकल थ्योरी. अभी तक जो भी सुना एथिक्स के बारे में सब अच्छा था, but this theory is seriously I am not in agreement. And I have told you also earlier that this is the teaching style that we're gonna follow. I'll show you what textbooks are saying, and instead of making you cram those things, I'll show you the negative parts in those statements. And one more time, I need to emphasize: textbooks are always correct. Textbooks carry the concepts which are timeless. ठीक, तो किताब अभी भी सही है. But as a beginner in the field of ethics, I don't want to agree to this statement. So take your side, either textbook or teacher. नहीं बताओगे तो अगली बार फिर इसको डिस्कस करना पड़ेगा बेटा, हमारा टाइम वैसे ही खत्म हो रहा है. ओनली 5 minutes आर लेफ्ट. कोई नहीं बताएगा. Don't you find this thing interesting? Shall we find then cram it and justify the means is one basis of the ethical theories. And we are not in a position to discuss act consequentialism and rule consequentialism because we have not discussed the first part of it. Second is deontological theory or duty based theory, which again is the part that I have told you earlier. यहाँ पे you keep on doing the good parts and you don't never worry about the end. And this is what in one of the religions like Hindu religion, there was a very sacred book Gita. There is a sacred book Gita which has given us this part जहाँ पे वो कहते हैं कर्म किए जा, don't worry about the results, just keep on doing your duties in a good manner. So these two theories basically are in direct contrast with one another. One is saying that result is going to give you the justification of all the means, and second is saying that never worry, never bother about the result, only keep on doing the good things and it's going to justify itself if you are doing all the things correct. So two theories, teleological and deontological, and they both are giving us different or contrasting views. So and both are forming the basis of ethical theory. So how is it possible? Two contrasting statements are giving us one concept, ethics. ऐसा कैसे होता है? नहीं बताओगे. I wish someday these physical classes must start. इतने अच्छे कॉन्सेप्ट तुम लोग ऐसे ही जाने दे रहे हो, खराब बात है, ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए. Anyway, चलो, I am finishing this lecture because I'm running out of my time. So please give me your attendances in the WhatsApp group. I have 29 kids here, so at least 29 presents I need in the WhatsApp group so that I'll be able to mark your attendance as present. ठीक है?
Sir,
Okay, sir.
बोल बेटा.
I couldn't read your class, yesterday's class, sir.
What?
कल का क्लासेस में मैंने वो रेड कर नहीं पाया सर.
कल क्लास नहीं थी.
कल क्लास था ही नहीं बेटा.
क्लास yesterday.
So yesterday's class I couldn't rate you your class.
बेटा मेरा कल क्लास नहीं था, कल क्यों रेट करती तू मुझे?
9 का था ना, ट्यूसडे का 10 on 10.
Today is Wednesday. I don't have class with you kids on Tuesday, beta. I had a class on Monday. If you couldn't rate it,
Yes,
see, I
sir.
tell you, okay, fine. If I am trying to understand, you are telling me that you were not able to rate me on Monday.
Yes, sir.
है ना?
Yes.
Fine, take it. See, I tell you, this rating is important because it is gonna confirm your attendance. Whatever I'm reporting in my ERP sheet as you being present, if you don't rate, then computer in the ERP is